because God knows each of our names. And what we're going to talk about this morning is how God calls us each for a special purpose. Now, in the story we just heard about Ezekiel, he was given a job to do for God. And his purpose in that story was to demonstrate God's power. In the second passage that Pastor Stephen is going to use in his sermon, the calling by God is a little bit different. The purpose is for us and the people that were being talked to in the Bible at the time the Bible was written, were called to be children of God. So that's what we're going to talk about, is what it means to be children of God. Now, usually we think to be a child is to be of a certain age. But in this case, it doesn't have anything to do with how old you are. I'm a lot older than you are, but I'm still a child of God, right? Okay. In this passage in Ephesians, which was a group of people in a town called Ephesus in Greece, where they were starting a new church, in that passage, Paul, the apostle, wrote a message that is good for us today. He said that they and us today are called to be God's children for a special purpose. And each of us is a child of God. So what does that mean? I think it means to think of God as a parent. Don't we call him our Father when we pray to him, as we will in a few minutes? Okay. He knows us by name, and he loves us, and he wants us to love him back. And one way we do that is to show other people loving acts. The way we act makes a difference. And that's going to be a point that I want to make. In the letter, he says, let me say a couple of his words. He says to be humble. That is, you don't brag a lot. You do things just to be nice, and you don't have to take the stage all the time. You be gentle, you be nice to people, and you be patient. Now, sometimes that's hard for me, but you be patient and bear another in love, one another in love. It's not always easy to be nice, is it? Or to show love when we really should. But God can help us if we ask him to. I want to show you something. I have some sticks. Think of your stick as a person who wants to be a follower of Jesus, because that's who the letter that we're talking about was addressed to. If each one of us wants to be a child of God, we act in a certain way and we're nice to people. But you know, sometimes it gets hard to do that, as I mentioned. And if we're together with other people, they can help us to stay on track, can't they? And so Paul was talking to a church. And you know what? We're a part of a church, right? So all of these people out here can help us to be better Christians. So let me have your sticks back. And I'm going to join them together with some other sticks representing the people in the congregation. And now we're a strong group. And we can work for God in the world and spread his love far and wide. And help make other people children of God. Now let's lead the Lord's Prayer.